Welcome to the Algerian Youth Voices. This is Baki from AYV-Ouargla. I'm going to share my own personal experience in the People's National Army. So please, listen and share. In September 2016, after completion of my master's degree in translation, I decided to perform my national duty by joining to the People's National Army as a volunteer soldier. I brought the call to active paper from the Regional Recruitment Center in Ouargla. It was Tuesday 21st when I had to say goodbye to my family, and I took the coach directly to Bijaya City. The day after, I arrived at Applied School of Engineering. It's known as the OAG. The reception was great and warm by the soldiers, especially leads. We passed the medical control and we spent 9 days waiting for the final results.
قائمة المترشحين مندري المختار حاضر سفوتاج الأمري حاضر كنت وارتهر.
I was lucky because I have been selected for performing the national military service with some others, and the rest have been given deferment or exemption. In the same day, my hair was fully cut and we were given the military combat suits and all the needed things and stuff in order to start our military internship fully equipped.
Be strong to hold the powers of the sun.
After the very final list of recruited individuals, some of us were excited, but many were disappointed and afraid. The president of the recruitment committee came and motivated and inspired us by reminding that we are no soldiers to serve our country and that we will get no experience that we can't find it in our civil life, and that we will perform the military service as officers, and etc. At the first stage of the internship, we have been taught the basics like different ways of military salute, walking and moving normally or quickly by individuals or in a platoon or in companies or in a battalion, how to speak and how to behave with different ranks, how to work within a group, how to use all the military equipments that we were given. At the end of the first phase, we started to take theoretical lessons about some weapons and how to assemble and repair them. Then, we moved to the practical part in the second phase of training. We used to go to the fire field once or twice a week, and we used some weapons like Semyonov, Kalashnikov, PM, FLG and grenades, RPG-7, and FM. Actually, I got unique leadership skills in the army because I have been appointed as a cadet of Platoon, in which I was leading a platoon consisted of 36 individuals. My role was to keep and implement the military orders, like moving and stopping, coordinating between the platoon soldiers and our leaders, and I was leading them in many other tasks. Then, the challenge and responsibility became more difficult and complicated because after a few days, I was promoted as cadet of Battalion, in which I was responsible for the moves and keeping orders for a battalion consisting of 6 platoons, which means 220 individuals that I have to wake them up at 4:30 of the dawn, check their presence in the morning and night, lead them in their moves in the battalion square, the training field, fire field, the canteens, and the flag square, and so on. After spending almost 4 months of the internship, it is time to leave the school to another destination. At 3 o'clock in the morning, we started to say goodbye to each other, and some of my friends even dropped tears and cried. It was really touching moments, because it's hard to leave those people who are like brothers in the same family, in which we were wearing the same dress, eating the same food, singing the same slogan, living in the same block, moving the same moves, and under the same good and hard conditions. And you say goodbye after that all. Really, the internship phase was hard, but the best period in the military life for me. At the end of December came the shortest but the hardest stage. It is arriving at transit center. We arrived at Plida and we went to transit center of Mosiah. There, we lived through the hardest conditions ever in the whole military life. We spent 7 days of psychological depression within ourselves because we were waiting when we will be shifted to our new units and live in more comfortable conditions. But in the 8th day, we heard our names on the speakers. We were so pleased. We gathered our luggage and waited until the bus arrived, and we started to say goodbye again to our friends who will go to other units. Finally, we moved to the new destination. After a trip of 2 hours, the bus got closer to the big gate of our new place. We entered and we became happier because it is the Military Academy of Shishel. That was just like a dream to see it from the inside, because I used to see Shishel Academy just in a graduation show on TV, but now I will be working there as a reserve officer, and that would be great. I was a second lieutenant working as an administrative assistant until the end of my duty, and during the service I enjoyed attending and watching the Cadet graduation ceremonies. Before the last day of our service, we have been asked to give back all the military equipments and stuff, and now the happiness became greater. In the very last day, we started crying. We gathered at the assembly point, exchanging our contacts until the colonel came and started thanking us for behaving well and doing and completing our national duty without problems. And after finishing his inspiring speech, the bus came and we got in. We received our military cards of completion the national service officially. We started taking pictures and selfies, publishing and sharing them on Facebook. We arrived at Tipaza bus station and we exchanged the goodbyes, and everyone went back home, in which we were at the top of the mood at those moments. I really do not regret the military service, because I wanted to experience a new challenge and to live the military life, not to be told about it. I learned many things that can't be obtained in the civil life, such as learning how to use some fire guns. I developed my leadership skills with some other interpersonal ones, and I learned more about how to be organized, disciplined, and committed. Also, I got to know new people from different cultural backgrounds, with different mentalities from 48 wilayas of Algeria, which means no social experience for me, and above all, I got a very professional administrative experience in which it would be fruitful for me in my career. Really, the military life was wonderful despite its hardness. Alhamdulillah that I performed it and I served our country, getting the honor of wearing the military combat suit that our grandfather Martyrs wore. I have an honor that I worked with people who gave their life and sacrificed their times, families, and personal interests to save and protect our beloved country.
جزائر جزائر لا يرحم إلى الخارج طول ثانيا سير وطني وطني وطني